It's a Lamb Mortis here with the running of the Bing Crosby, grade 1. Purse is 300,000, 3-year-olds and up, 6 furlongs, Del Mar. Del Mar's a really nice track. For anybody who's never been out to Del Mar, man, it's right there on the ocean. Even if you don't bet horses, you'd love Del Mar. I'm going to go through here fairly quick. Shooters shoot. He's going to be going off around 15-1. I think Shooter Shoot's a pretty good horse, but last time out he did pretty good in the Triple Bend grade 2 after Santa Anita, and he must like the track pretty good. He won that. He also won a optional claim in the Santa Anita. Before that, he hadn't done hardly too much before that. Moving on to Vertical Threat. Vertical Threat's a tough horse. Last race coming out of that $200,000 race, but back in November, tore him up, won by 7 or 8 lengths. I'm not big on speed figures, but he got a real nice speed figure out of that. But it was in the mud, and it seemed to drift up in the wet and muddy tracks. And like I said, I don't go by speed figures a whole lot. But this is a real capable horse. Who throughout the first race he ran was a turf race, and throughout the turf race he ran in, he's 3 for 4, won by big margins. You got to watch the Vertical Threat here. His odds ain't going to be, it's going to be 8-1. That'll probably be about what he ends up. CZ Rocket's next. 5-2. That's a tough horse, real tough. That's one we're going to have to deal with there for sure. CZ Rocket, he beat Whitmore and a couple times. Really tough horse. He won that grade 3 a couple times out. Ran second another grade 3. He's just a tough horse. I really think he's probably going to win this race. I mean, earlier he was beating everybody in grade 2s and everything else, and I think he won 5 or 6 races in a row earlier in the year. Every race he has been first or second. I mean, for probably 8 races. For the last 8 races, he's probably finished first or second every time. So CZ Rocket's going to be a tough to beat him. I mean, how much competition? Law-abiding citizens, 12-1. No, he ran a lot of grade 1s. He ran 3rd last year in the Bing Crosby. He came back out in Oak Tree Sprint, won that. He actually gave CZ Rocket a pretty rough time at Del Mar on this track, so he's not going to disappear. And at 12-1, he's something to think about. Quick Tempo, he's out of Tapazar. Sired by Tapazar, a tough horse out of a Dixie Union mare. He's done pretty good. He hasn't faced this kind of company he'll be facing. He's getting in and over his head. He's a speedball. I'm still passing on him. Collusion Illusion is a really good, tough horse. It's going to be a threat here. He's had a long winning streak going last year. A lot of people gave up on him. He ran CZ Rocket beat him at grade 2 last year by about a little bit over a length, something like that. I can't remember. And then he did real bad in Keeneland when Whitmore won that Breeders' Cup Sprint, and then he could do better than he did in that sprint for sure. He came back later in December and ran 3rd in the Malibu. That Malibu he ran 3rd in. It had Charlatan in that race, and he didn't really threaten Charlatan at all, but he sure was. You run with Charlatan, you got your hands full. I expect Collusion Illusion to be right there, top 3 anyway. 8 Rings showed a lot in his early career. Back in 2019, did real well. Really ain't done that good since then, but if he can get back on track, he can compete in this race. Dr. Scheibel, I like Dr. Scheibel. I think he's a fighter. I think he's a tough horse. First back after a layoff, he won by a neck in a real duel. That was a heck of a race, really. I thought he looked real good. In my opinion, he looked real tough, and he'll improve on that. So Dr. Scheibel's going to put him up there in the top finishers. Backyard Ride, 7-2. A lot of early speed. If he gets out and they let him go, he could just pull this thing off, but they're not going to let him do that. And that's about it, everybody. To me, CZ Rocket looks like the horse to beat, and should have this race. I think he might be outside of, when it comes to sprints, CZ Rocket's on top of the game right now. There might be a couple other horses out there that's better than him, but not too awful many. That's Bing Crosby coming up in Del Mar. That's tomorrow, Saturday. Well, good luck, everybody.